Welcome to the Love of Books, Movies, and Happiness. I'm April, and today we're going to do something slightly different instead of just your normal book review. I've been scrolling through various social medias on different pages dedicated to authors that I like, and I've noticed a common comment whenever there's an author that's had a movie made off of one of their books, or even a TV series. And as much as I'm one of those ones who's like, oh yeah, the book I'm reading would be great if you just made it into a movie, usually if someone does make it into a TV series or a movie, we end up disappointed because it's not the book. And I see a lot of comments, I should say, where it's everyone going, I don't understand it. The book was great. It's just the movie really changed things. Or I've seen the TV series. I've never read the books, but they're so different. And I'm realizing there are someone out there who doesn't understand that there is a difference. So that's what today is. We're going to talk about the difference between the books that we love and the movies that are based off of them. And whether or not there are any movies that actually do a decent job of following the book. As I talk today, please excuse the background noise. We're in a room with no blinds and it's rather hot today, so we have a fan going just to keep us cool. The joys of an apartment building on a historical boiler system. We have to wait for them to turn on the air conditioning. That being said, please bear with me. So I'm sure you've been in a similar situation as me. You're scrolling through the streaming sites looking for something to watch. Maybe Hallmark or Discovery or wherever you find your shows or movies to watch. And you come across shows such as the Murder, She Baked series. And you get excited. Based off of the books by Joanne Fluke. And I admit, when they did the very first one, Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough Murder, I was excited. Finally, her books are being made into a show. It's going to be cool to see it on TV. Well, a lot of us have realized that we are greatly disappointed almost from day one. And I thought, maybe after the first one, if they do another one, it'll get better. First one's usually just to see how things are going to go. Oh no, it did not get better. If anything, it keeps getting worse. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some of you out there that absolutely love the Murder, She Baked series. It's a great series on its own if you didn't know it was based off of an actual written book or series of books. But the ones that watch the series never having read the books, then they get curious, what's this book? Who's this author? And then they'll get on some of the book pages on Facebook and they'll be like, I've never read her books. Are they worth reading? Are they as good as the movies or the TV series? Our usual response on there is, if you view it as separate from the books, it's a good series. If you view it with the books, no, it's not. It's just not. And you'll be disappointed. And a lot of people come back going, yeah, it's very different. I'm not trying to bash the series by any means. If I had never read the books, I'm sure I would have enjoyed it. Because it's not a horrible series. You got some decent actors. The guys are decent to look at. The storyline's good. They like to change things. And it's not just the Murder, She Baked series either. No, it's like every time a movie is made based off of a book, with a couple exceptions. Don't get me wrong, there are a few out there that have just been spot on and as close as you're gonna get. The Harry Potter series did a very good job of keeping 90% of the book within the movie. Lord of the Rings, that series. For those of us who've actually read the books, and yeah, that's a very long set of books to read because his writing back then was very long. It's a great book. That is one of the few times when I say it's a better movie. It's my opinion though. Some of you may disagree. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They do a good job of following the books. So I have no complaints there. However, a lot of times when they do TVs or movies based off of books, usually there's a comment somewhere in there or several going, hey, this is so different, or it doesn't have this, or they changed something. So keep this in mind. If you come across TV or movie based off of a book, it is still completely separate from the book itself. Because the author did not write the movie script. The movie script is wrote by separate writers who've never wrote a book before. They just do scripts usually. Some may write books, but they don't write that book. And they're gonna put their own twist on it. Maybe they think that something should be different. Well, they're gonna do that different. So when you come across the books and the movies based off of them, just keep in mind that you're not getting what you think you're getting. It's never gonna be an exact thing, ever. Because that just doesn't work out that way. Even when the author is working with the people making the series, it's still not gonna be what you're thinking it will be. The nice thing about the books is you can read it and you can picture it however you want it. Movies have creative license. They've got the right to take the storyline. Once they own that storyline, they can do whatever they want to it. They can sit there and go, well, you know what? We feel like the storyline's a little boring in this section, so we're going to throw in an alien just to twist things around a bit. And that has happened a few times with other series. Not necessarily an alien, but they'll just throw in an unexpected twist that has nothing to do with the book. So before you get on Facebook or anywhere else, and you make comments or you complain, well, this is based off of books and I've read the book and it's just not the same, and how could the author let this happen? It's not always the author. It's not always in their hands. Once the movie people or TV series gets the rights to it, they're done. They may stay on to consult and clarify something for a question on a character, but they don't have final say on what gets put out there. So just keep that in mind, guys. Not that I think this is going to stop people from commenting on Facebook. There's always going to be a comment. But for those who aren't aware, I figured it was worth a shot. Along with speaking of authors, guys, let's keep in mind of something here. Authors are human beings. They have personal lives. They have stuff going on that we're not aware of. They're not writing machines. So when you're waiting on a book of your next book in your series to come out, and like with Joanne Fluke, her series has another book for the Hannah Swanson series. She's got another book that was supposed to be coming out this year. For unknown reasons, or at least I'm not aware of the reasons, there's been nothing published as far as I know, her book release has pushed back to an unknown date at this time. While I understand being passionate about waiting for your next book and impatient to read the next book, find another author while you're waiting. Instead of complaining about the author and getting upset because, well, they said it was going to be this date. Maybe something happened. Maybe there was a production issue, or they had to make some new edits, or they're sick. Hopefully not. Or they need a break from writing. You never know. But they're human beings just like me and you. So instead of treating them like machines, just be patient. There is more than one author out there. Trust me, I should know. I'm the girl from the library that comes home with a book bag crammed full of various books from different authors. As my husband could probably tell you. And it's because, I've got my favorites. But if I'm waiting for a new book, I'm just gonna find more books to read until I can get my hands on the new book. Because what's the point in complaining about an author or getting mad at an author when they're just living their life? Enjoy the books, but treat the authors with a little bit of kindness. Because we're all humans, and life happens. So take that chance to find a new author you've never read. Maybe you find out you like sci-fi, or you like true crime. You never know. Check it out. It's worth it. Alright guys, just remember, books are different than the movies based off of them, and authors are human beings. Have a good rest of your day, guys, and keep reading.